Everybody see my screen moving? Is my screen moving right now? Flipping through slides. Wow. How about that? Well, let's go ahead and get started. Good evening, everybody, and I want to welcome you to our Appwizard Studio Wednesday night training presented by Appwizard Studio team. And we're going to slow way down tonight. We've been deluged with information over the last 3 weeks on the digital table tent system. I've been watching the remarks in the Facebook group, and we're fixing to slow it down. Okay. And we're going to take tonight is going to be strictly about a network and money, because really that's what it's all about, right? We're here to make money. And I can't remember who it was. I think it was Todd Holsey. He said, you know what, if I'm not going to make any money, why would I go out and sell it? So I'm going to break everything down tonight, and we're going to take a look at this thing from a digital table tent standpoint. What a network is. I mean, you can literally have, in one city, you could have 50 networks. So we're going to talk about that, and I'm going to try to explain it to everybody so everybody understands it. So I want you to be very interactive when we're talking about these individual things, because what's important is that you understand exactly what you're doing. This isn't selling a mobile business card. I could take a 10-year-old out in the city and teach him to go out and demonstrate a mobile business card, and he would probably sell 3 a day, okay, and make really, really, really good money. This is totally different. This is a total different side of marketing that some of you may have been a part of in the past. Some of you may have never been a part of in the past. And if you complicate this thing any at all, if you miss 1% of margin somewhere, it could cost you, you could be out there working for free. So you have to understand that. You have to understand what it takes to develop these networks, what it takes to go out and build this business. This is a multi-billion dollar industry. And it has been for a long time. And digital marketing is rapidly growing, probably at some of the fastest pace of any type of marketing there has ever been. I don't know if you guys remember, but Mike Cahill posted a thing called, I think it's called Blip. And I saw Mike check in a while ago. And it's digital signage on the side of the interstate where you can literally go in there and buy 10-second spots, okay? 10-second spots or 20-second spots or 30-second spots on this digital signage, and you can put the ad up with a ping file sitting in your living room, and I can advertise on Interstate 20 in Atlanta, Georgia, or I can do the same thing in Vegas, and they've really started expanding their network of electronic billboards. This business is no different, except your billboards have been scaled down to set on a tabletop. All right. It's an electronic billboard that you're able to go into and control from your office. And when you go in and control it from your office, you're able to change the ads. The ads are transmitted via Wi-Fi to the digital table tent, and the ads will automatically change when the Wi-Fi signal is reached with the new ads. Those ads will automatically change. You don't have to go to the store to do it. You do it from wherever you're at, using the back end platform to go in and make that happen. Let me go ahead and answer this question before anybody asks, because this is going to be in about 10 minutes. Everybody's going to answer this question. The first wave of digital table tents were mailed yesterday. The second wave was mailed today, and the last wave of table tents will be mailed tomorrow. What they did is they waited on the new system to be released, so that they could put all of the displays in there for you to be able to go out and share your presentation inside the digital table tent. So everything is going to be set up for you when you get it. You're going to have a login to your back end. You'll be able to change your own screens on your digital table tent when you receive it. So the holdup was they wanted to make sure that the new software was completed. They wanted to make sure that your digital table tents were in the back end. They wanted to make sure before that they sent them out. Is everybody seeing my slide? I just said there's no slide showing. And I know everybody just told me they saw it moving. So Everybody, can somebody say yes? I see a slide. Yes, the Appwizard. Absolutely. Thank you. All right. Thank you. So anyway, I want to make sure you know that the table tents have been shipped out. You are going to have a user login and password to the back end. You're going to be able to control the digital table tent that you are receiving. And it's going to be on the new software platform that David was talking about 3 weeks ago. So the last wave will be shipped out tomorrow. Give it 3 or 4 days to get to you in the mail and everything will be great. So let's go ahead and get started here. Once again, welcome to our Wednesday night training presented by the Appwizard Studio. If you have not joined our Facebook group, join our Facebook group at facebook.com/groups/AWS Mastermind. And just let you know how important this group is. This group is what directed us to this training tonight. Okay. The group and the conversations in this group are what directed tonight's training. The group directs a lot of trainings when I go in there and read and see confusion or see questions and those kind of things. So become a part of that group and get involved in that group and ask your questions in that group so that we can see them and we can answer them on Wednesday night training with everybody. Also, if you've not joined our Appwizard Studio YouTube channel, if you would just look for this logo right here, type in Appwizard Studio, you'll be able to go to our Appwizard Studio channel. We are live every single Wednesday on Appwizard Studio, just like we are on Zoom. Real quick, Appwizard Studio nor I cannot guarantee just because you are watching training, you will make any sales, create any traffic, or increase your income. Every person is different, has different work ethics and different desires. And I hope Todd is on here tonight. I did not see him check in, but I know he will watch the replay. Okay. We've been talking about the AIM system, the digital advertising network, the advanced interactive marketing system for the last several weeks. As I stated, as everybody was checking in, we're going to slow down, okay? Because I know there's a lot of confusion right now. The biggest confusion is how do I make money with this? What is it I have to do to go out and make money? And we're going to talk about that tonight. We're going to break this down all the way to a table tent itself, okay? All the way down to a table tent. Last week or week before last, we talked about hard cost. Okay, hard cost. Hard costs are extremely important to understand because this is where you will get yourself in trouble real quick. Remember, this is a system. This is a system using not only the digital table tent on the table, it's also using SMS technology. It's also using the AWS system. Everything ties together in order to make the system. So you have to understand the cost of what has been demonstrated over the last several weeks. First off, in these examples, we will assume all ad spaces are used, okay? All ad spaces are sold or being used. Does everybody understand that? There are 20 ad spaces. Now, all ad spaces will not be used when you first start out. So you have to sit down and you have to figure this stuff out. This is what I was saying a while ago. This is a little bit different than walking out selling a mobile business card that you're making 400% profit on. And you can go out there and discount it by 50% right off the bat and walk out the door with $150 versus $300. And the next guy you sell for $300. Totally different. All right. Because this involves many, many different avenues to create revenue. So first off, a DTT stands for digital table tent. There are 20 ad slots total. 20 ad slots total. 4 go to the venue. 6 of them go to you that you can go sell, give to the venue. You can do whatever you want to with them. We don't control those. All right. We do not control the first 10. You can do 3 to the venue. Okay. And you can do 7 to go sell or do whatever you want. Let me recommend that you use one of those ad slots for your business. Why? Because you want to market your business. This is the perfect opportunity for you to market your business. The last 10 ad slots go to the National Ad Network, which is set up by OneStone. They control the National Ad Network. The only control you have over that is whether or not it's a competitive ad and or that business does not want a certain type of ad ran in that business. And they will not put that ad in there, but they will put ads the national network into those 10 slots. They will be used. They will be sold, and they will use those ad slots. The first 10 are for you, 4 for the venue, 6 to be sold. And that's what we're working on right now. Okay. Now, ad impressions per digital table tent. And we've been talking about this from the very beginning. We're using a 12-hour day. Okay. There's 216 loops per day. A loop means that all 20 of those ads will loop one time every 3.333 minutes. Does everybody understand that? One loop consists of every single ad going through that loop. They're 10 seconds, 10-second ads a piece. So that's 3.33 minutes or 200 seconds. Okay, does everybody understand that? Any questions on that? I'm going to ask that about everything, every single thing. That way we don't have any confusion. That's 18 loops per hour or 216 loops per day per digital table tent. 216 loops per day. So that means in that 12-hour period, if you went out and sold an ad to Tom's lawn service, his ad will be shown 216 times every single day. Every single day, 216 times. He will have 216 impressions on that table tent. Now, this is the great thing about the table tents. And this is one of the things that you have to ask your customer. And we're going to talk about dwell time and those kind of things next week. But you have to know how long a customer is in an area and has the opportunity to see that ad. For a restaurant, it's about 45 minutes. If you're setting these up in stores, depending on where it is in the store, the dwell time could be 5 minutes while they're at the counter. It could be 15 minutes while they're in the dressing room. Okay. If it's in a bar, it could be 2 hours. It could be 4 hours, if it's on the counter or on the table itself. I mean, that person is sitting there for a very long time. Now, if it's in a bar towards the end of the night, they're probably not really able to see the digital table tent, but the opportunity is there for them to see those ads. Within that 12-hour period, 216 loops per day, or each ad will be shown 216 times in one 12-hour period during the day. Does everybody understand that? Is there any questions on that whatsoever? That has probably been the biggest question I've been asked in the last 3 weeks. How many times will somebody see the ad? Now, obviously, it's going to be more than that if there's only 10 ads on there. Okay, it's going to be 432. Okay, if there's only 10 slots on that network that are being taken, then it's going to be seen 432 times. So that really changes the dynamics. But let's assume that everything is filled up, okay, and this is the numbers we're at, because eventually they will all be filled up. Everything will be filled up. So just remember that. The network has been the most confusing thing for everybody out there. A network can be 5 venues. A network can be 15 venues. A network may be 3 venues. It's going to depend on the size of your area. All right. The larger the network, the more valuable the ad space. The larger the network, the more digital table tents that you have rotating that 216 times in that 12-hour period, the more the ad space is worth. Right? The more the ad space is worth. For example, this is a 5-venue network. Now, every network is not going to be 10 table tents. We know that. That's some networks may be 50 table tents. Some venues may be 2 table tents, just depending on what the venues are. If you go out and hit the bars and the clubs and the restaurants in those larger venues, then your digital table tent count is going to go up exponentially. Okay? Exponentially. And so what you want to do is you have to think about when you're going to build this business and you're sitting down, putting together your business plan, what your niche is going to be, what your network is going to look like. How am I going to go out and sell this? Am I just going to go out and fly by the seat of my pants and just stop in every single place and then try to figure out what kind of ads we're going to put out there and what we're going to do? Or am I going to target, all the restaurants first? And then am I going to go target the bars in the area next? And then am I going to go target the smoke shops? And then am I going to go target the college? And then am I going to go target XYZ where other people congregate for longer periods of time? If you do a boutique like retail space or something like that, your digital table tents are going to have a very small footprint. The smaller the footprint, the less money revenue you can create on the ads. Does everybody understand that? The smaller the footprint of your network means there are less impressions of your ad, which means the value of that ad is very, very low. Very low. Okay. Now you're going to see, and this is just based on a 5-venue network of 20, and I just pulled these numbers out of my head. Okay. This is just random numbers made up. This isn't an actual network. Okay. Total digital table tents, 24, total ads, 20, ad impressions per day, 5,232, ad impressions a month, 156,960. And that's for a small network. This is very small network. Okay. So if you do an ad charge at $2 per thousand, that's what CPM is, $2 per thousand, that's $10.64 per day. Okay. That's $313.92 per month for one ad. Does everybody understand that? So for this particular network, the value of that ad at $2 per thousand is really, really good. $313.92. That's what that ad value will be. Now, you may be an area and you say, you know what, man, I've been trying to sell this thing at $1 per thousand. $2 per thousand, and I'm not selling anything. Bring it down to $1.50. Bring it down to $1. Okay. Look and see what the market is in your area. Depending on the venues, depends on if a person wants to advertise or not. Who would be a great advertiser for a restaurant and a bar? Bail bondsman would be great for bars. Okay, bail bondsman, you should go out and sell a bail bondsman. If you're in a bar, that should be the first ad to sell. The next one should be an attorney. The next one should be a doctor. Same way at the restaurants, and maybe at the restaurants, you'll go out and do some service industries like your lawn care services. Maybe your plumbers, maybe your roofers, depending on what time of year it is. These ads can change. They don't have to buy an entire year's worth of ads. They only have to go in there and buy a certain amount of ad space, and you contract that accordingly. You control those 6 ads. We don't control them. We don't control what you charge. We don't control how you distribute the ads. We don't control how you go out and sell the ads. That is strictly up to you. But you have to understand the market space to be able to go out there and distribute the ads and sell the ads according with, what your venue is wanting. You don't have to sell any ads in a venue. They may want all 10 ads, and then you turn around and increase your price of the units. Okay. We're in business to make money. Marketing companies make the biggest money you've ever seen. They are multi-billion-dollar companies. Okay. Go up to New York and hire a marketing company up there, and you better walk in there with a check of about $250,000 before they ever talk to you. Marketing is big, big, big business. So I'll go back to what I've always said. And matter of fact, somebody said this last week on the thing. They were afraid to ask for money. That was their biggest fear, asking for money. You have to be able to ask for money in this industry because this isn't cheap. Okay. Ad space is not cheap. Marketing is not cheap. So when you sit down with them and you ask them what their marketing budget is, and they say $200, and if your ads aren't going for at least $200, or they're already spending $200 and they don't have $200, you're probably not going to get them on it. It's probably not going to be a sale. It's just the way it is. No, that's not. That's per ad for all of these venues. Per ad. So if you did this 6 times, it'd be 6 times that. 6 times that because you have 6 ad spots. That's what, $1,800 a month, basically on one network for that network. 24 digital table tents, 20 ad slots, 5,232 impressions a day, or 156,000 a month. This is total right here, total digital table tents. Remember, you've only got 6 spots. So if this is your network, okay, now you control ads per venue. You don't control ads per network. Does everybody get that? You don't control ads per network. You control ads per venue. So you may go to somebody and say, hey, I've got this restaurant over here and I've got 18, I've got 18 slots. I mean, I've got 18 windows here that you can get into. So that's 3. There's 3 venues. I mean, there's 3 digital table tents in this venue. So they would, I don't know what the numbers are. I'm not going to sit here and go through these. Y'all can sit here and play with that all night long. But you may have a dentist that wants all of them, but he don't want to be in any of these other ones. Does everybody understand that? You control ad slots per venue, not per network. Every digital table tent, okay, every digital table tent in that venue is controlled by you, not the entire network. Does everybody understand that? Does everybody understand that? All right. Same thing. We're going to go through the same thing. All right. Right here, you go get up to 50 digital table tents. That's 10,900 impressions. That's $654 per month. Okay. If they advertise in every one of these. Okay. If they advertise on all 50 digital table tents, that's what they're going to pay. If I go to Joe's barbershop and he says, I want to advertise on all 50 digital table tents, he's going to pay $654 per month for that ad. Okay. He's going to pay $654 per month on that ad. If he wants all 50, if he wants all that. So you have 10 venues. Okay. This is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And you can see this is the number of digital table tents. All right. Digital table tents. And this is how many times we show, because every venue is going to have a different number of table tents, right? Every venue is going to have a different number of table tents. So you can see here the ad value went up greatly, right? Because he's gone up 10, that's 300,000 views. That's 300,000 impressions a month. So it more than doubled, right? It doubled right there. So they got 300,000 impressions a month at $654. Now you have the ability to control this money right here. Does everybody understand that? Nobody is setting this but you. So when you sit down tonight when this training's over and you say, hey, you know what? Let me see here. I want to make sure that I want to make money. Okay. Yeah, you can customize the network per advertiser. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's what you're going to do, because you may have a restaurant right here, and this guy may be anti-drinking, okay? And you've got a bar over here, and you've got a smoke shop here, and you've got a college venue here, and the beer company's advertising here, here, and here, but this guy's anti-alcohol, and he says, you're not putting a beer commercial in my store. So out of the 8 and 3 is what, 11? You're not going to put on 11 of my digital table tent, on the 11 digital table tents, you're not going to put a beer commercial. It's not going to happen. Okay. So what do? You find a customer that wants to advertise in those spots, those 11 digital table tents, and you go out and sell him the ads. Now, what just happened? What just happened? Your price per 1,000 just dropped through the floor. You're not going to go sell 11 spots for $654 a piece. You're not going to do that. You're going to go sell those 11 spots, okay, for maybe $200 a piece, maybe $99 a piece. You have to figure out what the total ads are, okay, the ad impressions, and that's what you have to go off of. And if you're getting $2, now you could actually probably jump that cost per thousand up to on a something that small. You adjust the cost per thousand because that's how it works. The lower the ads, okay, the lower number of impressions, the more the ad costs, right? And we get a better view rate on these digital table tents because why? Our dwell times are longer. We have people sitting at the table that see these over and over and over. In a 45-minute period, you're going to see it 3, 6, 9. They're going to see it about 10 times, 10 to 12 times in that period. Now, I was talking to somebody today, and I don't remember who it was, but we were talking about, the old saying is if you see an ad 7 times, you will react to it, and that creates a reaction, and that reaction is you usually buy something. In a 45-minute period, you're going to see it about 12 times. Okay. In that 45-minute period, they're going to see it 12 times. So the opportunity for them to sell that piece of pie or whatever they're selling via that table tent, there's a good chance that they're going to buy from your customer on the spot. There's a good chance that they are going to literally look at, okay, that lawnmower company and say, you know what, my yard looks terrible. I need to have somebody come out and do it. There's a good chance that they're sitting there and they got a ticket and they need that attorney. All right. Does everybody understand that? They need that attorney. All right. Any questions on any of this at all? You guys are awful quiet tonight. Any questions? Is this easier with it broke down like this? The fact that it's broken down per table tent and you can see the cost and you see the cost per thousand instead of doing the millions and that kind of stuff. And it's, I do know it gets, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it makes, you guys know me, I'm pretty simple. But this way you're making money, and then I saw somebody say, man, I'm not going to do this if I'm not making money. I'm going to tell you something. I don't do anything if I don't make money either. It's like I've always said, I like to give to the Red Cross, but I'm not the Red Cross. Now, I'm going to break this slide down to very, very simple. Okay. I'm going to break it down to where it's very, very simple. And I'm fixing to show you. Absolutely. Thank you, Jerry. I'm fixing to simplify this slide right here. Okay. This is the simplified slide. These are your hard costs. Now, the mobile business card cost, that's kind of objective. I don't know what your cost is on that. So this is the only cost that could be, everybody else is seeing the slide, Kenny. So this mobile business card right here is objective. I don't know what your mobile business card cost is. So I put $25 in there. Okay. That's the number I use for the cost when I'm figuring my cost on mobile business card. That includes my time and everything. So that's the cost. SMS, 2,500 text cost. Now, these are hard costs, $45 a month. That's what it's going to cost you every month in able to do that. Okay. If you use the 2,500 text when you go in and sell the package, and you need to go in and sell this as a complete system. I tell people all the time, don't go in just and sell a product. Go in and sell a marketing system, and the opportunity for you to close that deal and get repeat business and bring them back over and over and over again. We're going to walk through sales next week. I don't want to convolute tonight's training with a bunch of stuff because I think that's what's happened over the last 3 weeks and everybody's kind of confused. So keywords are $2. That's your cost. The digital table tents, and I want to talk about this for just a minute. And this is something you need to decide. Okay. This is something you need to decide. Do you want to sell all the ad spots and pocket all the money? Or do you want to be part of the ad network where the ad network picks up 10 slots and they make the money? Everybody understand what I just said? You have the opportunity to pay a little bit more and own all of the ad space and able to sell all of the ad space yourself. and or you go into a venue and they say, I don't want any network ads at all on my table tents. I want them all to be mine. In order to do that, that digital table tent is going to cost $30 a month. If you don't want any ads at all, no share, okay, no national network share, then those table tents are $30 a month. If you want to share the ads, they're $15 a month. And that's on the dual-sided table tent. Okay, the dual-sided table tent, the ones that I think most of you ordered. But the dual-sided table tents, $15 a month. If you share the ads, $30 a month if there's no share. Everybody understand that you do have an option with that. I know that was a huge question before, okay? You do have an option, no national ad network, and you pick up all of the slots, every single slot for $30 a month. Now you can go in there and you can say, okay, Mr. Venue, you're going to get 6 slots and I'm going to go out and sell the rest of them. Okay, I'm going to go out and sell 14 slots. You can take some slots for yourself. You can do anything with those slots you want. And or you get the 6 and 4. You get 10 slots on this side and 10 slots on the national network side. Yes, great option. And let me tell you something. I was sitting here thinking about this today before training, and I want you to think about this for a moment. If you put together a team, and I highly recommend that everybody sit down and understand what I'm fixing to say. Let's say that you know some pretty good hotshot salesmen out there that have been doing ad space for a while, okay? And they understand ad space. And I can tell you people that are good for that. Yellow page salesmen. Yellow page salesmen are probably the best salesmen in the country because they can sell you a box of absolutely empty nothing for $1,500 to $2,500 a month. Did everybody understand what I just said? They will absolutely sell you for $1,500 to $2,000 a month, something that you could have did yourself. Now, Yellow Pages works for some people. Yellow Pages don't for others. Usually the Yellow Pages salesman walks in and you never see him again. Okay. But go out and get you 2 or 3 of those guys and capitalize on this $30 a unit. Capitalize on that because now you're running your own ad network. Does everybody follow me with that? I want to make sure everybody is clear. Somebody said a while ago, that's a great opportunity and a great option. Somebody else said, wow, there's a lot of money in that. Does everybody follow me what I'm saying before I move forward? I just say yes if you're listening. You know, some guys get on and then they go do everything else during training and they don't never hear anything and they call me on the next morning. Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Yeah. Everybody's saying yes. When you sit down tonight, when this is over, sit down with a pencil and figure both ways. I think you're going to be amazed at the amount of money if you can go out and sell ad space. If you can't, go this side. If you can and understand that it's part of the process, you're going to have to go out there and, yeah, 10, 15 more bucks to control. You hit it on the head, Tom. I'm going to spend 15 more bucks to control 10 more ad spaces. I mean, is that like a rocket science? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Guys, I'm telling you, man, when I saw that, sat down and started penciling this out today, I nearly fell out of my chair. I was like, oh my gosh, you know, you can turn that, you can bring in another $6,000 to $10,000 a month just in ad revenue by spending $15 more a month on the unit. Now you can go out there and do some rev share with the businesses. There's all kind of things you can do with that. So I'm not going to confuse that, but it's mind-boggling. The charging station is $10 a month. Okay, the charging station is $10 a month. So you have your $25 on your biz card, and that's objective. That's whatever. And the $45 hard cost on the text, the $2 for the keyword, the $15 if you share an ad. This is for the digital table tent per month. So, and $30 for the no share and the charging station. Okay, and the charging station. Now, that's a total monthly of $97 or $112 per hard cost. Okay, per hard cost. I think a very fair price on the setup. Some areas may get a $3.90 or $4.99 or a $5.99. Okay. Yes, $30 per unit if there are no national ads. $30 per unit, $15 more to pick up 10 more slots. That if you're going to go sell ads and you're going to build that into your business and you go out and hire a few people to manage that for you, or you go out and find a third party ad network and go out and sell those for you and you split a revenue with them or something. Huge money there. Huge money there. So your total hard cost, if you go with the 15 is 97. If you go with the 30 is 112. I think a $3.99 setup. Yes, the setup charge is per venue. Okay, the setup is per venue. This right here is per venue on the bottom. Okay, per venue on the bottom. Because this is going to change, and I want to show you how this is going to change based on the number of units right here. Okay, but a $3.99 setup, that's pretty fair. Will business owners pay that much? They will if you ask them. If they won't, I'm going to listen what I'm fixing to tell you. Businesses have a budget. They have to drive traffic. If they're not willing to pay a $3.99 setup for everything they get here, for all the digital table tent, the business card, the SMS messaging, all the things the SMS messaging can do, then you don't need them as a customer anyway. You know, I don't think so, Mark. I think you have to get them one way or the other. I think you have to get a 15 and or a 30. I don't think you can switch in the middle of it. I'll find that out. But honestly, for $15 more on the unit, is it really worth it? You know, to go through that hassle and try to go back and forth, and I don't think so. You know, and then your monthly is $194 to $224, depending on if there's no ad share. This is based on a 50% gross margin. Okay. Now, somebody asked the other day, they said, man, I don't want to make just $30. I don't either. You don't want to make $30. Okay. Now, this is just on the units. This isn't if you go out and sell the table tent. So you're doubling your money here. Okay. You're doubling your money here. And this is monthly. So you're picking up $97, $93 here, and basically $112 here. Okay. So you're making good money now for every venue. That doesn't include the ads that are sold. That does not include the ads that are sold. Now you control this. You may say, you know what? My overhead is low. I can go in at a 40% gross margin. I walk away with about a 25% net. I'm making great money. So I'll lower my costs a little bit. I wouldn't, but you can do that. Okay. Now, how do you offset this cost? Hey, Mark, we have 10 slots on your unit that we can go out and advertise. Who would you like to advertise in your business? And what I will do is I will reduce the cost of your monthly by $25 for every customer that we bring on board that advertises on your units. Do you not think he's going to break out a pencil and tell you about 15 people that he would love to advertise on his units? And he could literally zero this out very quickly to where he's not paying anything and you're picking all of your money up on the other end. Now, the only way I would do a rev share, the only way I would do an ad rev share is if I did this right here. Everybody understand that? Your margins are pretty small right here because of the 10 slots that you're losing. You pick up an enormous margin right here, if you're out selling all those ads. So you're able to go back in and do a rev share. And we're going to talk about that next week. All right. Yeah, we're going to discuss that next week. Rev share. Revenue sharing is what it is. Okay. Yeah, revenue sharing, meaning you're going to give them part of the money. All right. Does everybody understand this? This is hard cost right here. $97 to $112. This is basing your mobile business card, your cost at $25. Okay. $45 on 2,500 text, $2 per keyword. Your digital table tent, this is per keyword, $15, $30 no share, and the charging station at $10. So both the setup is $3.99 and gross charge to merchant. Yes, they pay you. Yes, this is only for one digital table tent. That is correct. This is one digital table tent. I'm fixing to show you one that's got a, this is for 5 digital table tents. Okay. This is 5 digital table tents. You can see that the digital table tent cost, and you've got to take that into account. Okay. You've got to take that into account, the digital table tent cost, and you've got to work your margins off of that. So if we went in with 5 digital table tents, okay, that's $60 if you share the ads a month and $180. These costs don't change. Okay, these costs don't change. Yes, the $3.99 setup is a setup. It's above your cost. It's above your monthly cost. Absolutely. It's $3.99 setup, and so you're going to go in there and collect about $700 or $800. Okay, that's what you're going to collect. Which one? Oh yeah, 5 times 15, 75. Yep, you're right. 5 times 15, 75. So that's 75, and is that right? Right there, 180. 5 times 30, it's 150. Okay, it's 150. So, matter of fact, guys, this is what I'm gonna do right here with the with the advent of technology. Let's go ahead and do this. I happened to be on the phone with Woodrow when I was sitting there doing this, and this is 75. All right. I was talking and trying to, and this is 150. And somebody tell me the number right here real quick. Where's my calculator guy? Yeah, I mean, you can charge that. You could absolutely charge that. So we got 25 plus 25 plus 45 plus 2 plus 75 plus 10. That's 157. Does anybody know what this is right here? Right off the bat? That's 232. Okay, so this is your hard cost right here. Okay. Is setup fee a charge we are paying, or is it a fee you're collecting? This is your setup charge. This is your setup charge. This is what you're charging them to set up. So if you came in to Carrie Miller today, you're going to walk out with $399 plus their first month. In this instance, it's not going to be $284. It's going to be $50%. This is $314, and at 50%, that 232 is $464. All right. So the setup fee is your setup fee. Thank you, buddy. So the setup fee is your setup fee. All right. The setup fee is your setup fee. This is your money. So you charge it because you're charging them to do what? You're charging them to set up their program for them. That takes your time. It takes your energy. You're probably paying somebody to sit there and do this. Okay. That's what you're doing. All right. You're charging to set everything up. And the margins, you figure your own margins. The margins are your margins, whatever you want to do. I think now that they have this digital table tent set up, I think they're going to have them to you within a week. I think that 7 days is going to hold fast. These digital table tents that just went out was because of the new software being launched. And what you may want to do I don't know if you guys understand this term, but anytime there's a monthly residual, anytime there's a subscription fee, uh, there's a thing called trailing. Okay. And if you use, no, I didn't say you pay the manufacturer the setup fee. You're paying this cost right up here, $15 per digital table tent and $150 if there's no ads. You're not paying this to the manufacturer. This is your money down here. This is your money. This is hard cost. This is your money right here. It is your money. $399 setup. This is your money. That's what I said in the very first slide. This down here is your revenue. Yeah, you can start the monthly the day they're installed. Absolutely. Like in Stripe, they got it's called trailing. When you set up a monthly residual in Stripe, it's called trailing. You can actually go in there and say, okay, I want this thing to start trailing 7 days from now. And it makes it very easy. You just change the trail number. Does everybody understand this is your money on the bottom down here? This is what you're collecting. This is your setup fee that you're collecting, $399. This is your monthly margins right here based on the number of your hard costs, $314 a month and $464 a month. That's based on 5 table tents. Yep. So, to think that you're just making $39 a month, if you're making $39 a month, you did not sit down and figure out how much your cost is and what you're doing. I mean, don't never walk away on a deal that you're working that hard and you're putting that much time in. Now, this doesn't include your ad cost. Go out and sell 6 ads at $300 a piece. That's $1,800 a month on top of your margins for the store. Everybody understand that part? It does not include your ad cost. Yes, yeah. Yep. On the I knew this would create a lot of questions and everything. If I was going to go and I was going to put together, this isn't a one-man operation. It will start off that way probably for the first, probably for about half of your first network. And then you're going to have to bring somebody in to help you because it's going to be hard to maintain those monthly ad slots and the ad sales and all that stuff and maintain everything by yourself. So the chances of going more than 10 venues, or I would say maybe 50 to 75 digital table tents, you're going to have to bring in some help. You're going to have to bring in some help. So make sure, your money reflects that when you're figuring up your margins and all that stuff, because it will be impossible if you build a large network to be able to do everything. What is the risk when we prepay per unit? You go find somebody else place to put those units if they decide not to pay you anymore. I would say if somebody buys into this, they're not going to let it. If a customer lets it sit there for 30 days, you should have known that before you ever sold it to them. They're going to ask those questions. I mean, if somebody starts saying, well, if in 30 days I don't want it anymore, what do I do? And my response to be with that, if you're only going to let them sit here 30 days, then we're not a good fit for your marketing company. And that's exactly what I would say. Oh, no, I want them here. I was just wondering. You get a feel for what people are saying. If they start talking about a 30-day refund and all that stuff, look them straight in the face, guys. Listen, you have to run your business. Don't let your business run you, and don't let a check drive your decision today, because you will go broke. So if somebody says that and you start asking those questions, immediately those red flags start throwing up, and you get 2 or 3 red flags. You shake their hand and say, you know what, maybe this is something you need to think about, and do it diplomatically. Maybe this is something you should think about. Why don't I stop by next week and you can decide, because I can tell that maybe there's some questions that I haven't answered, or maybe there's something we need to talk about, but you need to close it off pretty quick. because he's already in the I'm not going to buy mode. He's already in, I'm going to write you a check and try your system out, you know? So you don't want to do that. I think there's a 60-day clause that they can't even back out of it for 60 days or something like that, which is most contracts like this. When you go in with a marketing system like this, it's usually 60 days. You know, they can cancel today and it's going to be 60 days later before they can bail out. They've got to pay at least 2 months. Yes, that's correct. Yeah, on a system like this, you don't want to say, hey, at the end of 30 days, you want to get out. There is a contract with these systems. I believe Woodrow has it in one of the sites, in the site that he sent out to you guys. There's a contract. And I'm pretty sure it says 60 days in it. They don't own these units. They do not own these units. One Stone does. One Stone owns these units. You don't own these units. You're just leasing these units. Could we have a cost to set their ads up? I would. Well, you know what? I mean, are you talking about the venue or the customer? I mean, the venue itself or the person you're selling the ads to? I'll check on that, Mark. You're charging a setup already for the venue, $399. You're already charging a $399 setup. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, you every venue is contracted. These are owned by One Stone. And the reason they're owned by One Stone because One Stone actually does all of the maintenance, and if there anything happens to them, they hold the insurance and everything on these units. Honestly, you don't want to own them. I mean, I can't think of any reason a venue would go out. You know, on 10 of these, you're talking what, $2,300 on 10 units. You know, to buy them, $2,500 or something like that. Most places aren't going to put that out. Now they can come back and purchase them at a later time if they want, but instead of paying that monthly. Yeah, probably 2 or 3 years, I would say. I don't know exactly what the battery life is, but I would say 2 to 3 years. It's a 40 milliamp, so that they're huge. They're big batteries to charge that many phones per day. And they're on for 12 hours a day. So no, I wouldn't want to own them either. Too much risk in owning them. Yeah, 40,000 milliamp. Yeah, I wouldn't want to own them either. There's no reason to own them, you know? Yeah, they charge overnight. There's 12, one charging station will hold 12 digital table tents. 12 units per charging station. 12 units per charging station. Okay, 3 years. Ken says they can recharge about 1,000 times, so that puts them at about 3 years. Which is the average life of most of these batteries like that. 3 to 5 years, a couple of years, depending on how many times you recharge your Android or your iPhone. Any other questions? Do you just return them and then replace? You're talking about the units themselves if the batteries go out? I'm not sure about that. The digital table tents, I'm not sure about that. David's going to be coming on in the next couple of weeks, but that's something I'll find out. You got at least 3 years to figure that one out. You got at least 3 years to figure out how to get the battery replaced. Yeah, absolutely. Right. Any more questions? It's a good question, though, Tom, and whoever asked that question a while ago. Well, I hear you, brother. I'm not getting any younger either. I'm starting to feel it. You can go out and start selling yesterday as soon as you get your digital table tent. Thank you, Tom. I wanted to break this down where it was simple. I wanted to break it down where it was simple. So it's on a site that I will have to get that URL from Woodrow. I'll get him to email that out tomorrow. I don't have the exact site URL, but I will get that. Mark, when did you order it? It should be shipping out. It either shipped out today or tomorrow. The last batch that were ordered already went out yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Yeah, this is an absolute awesome opportunity right here. You're right, and I truly believe, and this is my true belief in this. This is groundbreaking technology that is just really entering the marketplace. I was looking the other day. I was in a office building over in Dallas, and every single door had a digital style table tent stuck to the door, and it was literally giving ads about the business that was inside that office. It blew my mind. I was like, wow, this is really cool. Who the office belonged to and everything. Woodrow has that link, and he was going to call David tonight, and I'll get with him in the morning. He's been on the road all week. I'll get with him in the morning to make sure all those links go out. Absolutely, thank you, Jacques. No, the chance of seeing this anywhere is pretty slim and none. I mean, this is really groundbreaking technology, and I'm telling you, this is one of those deals that if you don't do it, you're going to walk around in about 2 years, and somebody else will, and you're going to kick yourself square in the butt and say, wow, why did I do this for? Uh, Home Depot's putting digital price tags on every appliance in the showroom. Guys, digital is where it's at. Think about that. I mean, they don't have to pay for it over and over and over. Printing's expensive. Yes, One Stone has the exclusive. This is their digital table tent. Absolutely. This is their digital table tent. And their back end software, and I was hoping to get a login tonight, but we're going to go into that next week. We're going to go into it with the login next week and kind of go through the back end of this thing. But yeah, I'm telling you, man, this is groundbreaking technology. Yes, they do have a patent on this digital table tent. They sure do. They sure do. And really, it's the patent on the technology behind the digital table tent, not the unit, the unit itself. It's just an Android unit, but it's the patent is on the design and on the back end. Any other questions? I saw Duke Ritter in here earlier. I don't know where he went. I'm sure he's still in here. But how you doing, Duke? Man, I haven't talked to you and seen you in a long time, buddy. It's good to see you. Uh, Good night, Tom. I'm not sure on that. On an early unit, how do you get the software updated? I'm not really sure on that. It may come through the back end once you turn the back end on and it updates your unit. That would be a Woodrow question, to be honest with you. I'm not sure. Anybody else? All right, guys. Thanks everybody for coming out. And yes, sir. Thank you, Ken. And I hope this answered everybody's questions and showed you that there is a ton of money in this industry. Don't go out there and give anything away, and don't go out there and not make money. Never do that. You know, the day you start doing that, you've probably made more money than all of us have ever seen, and that's just a blessing that you're able to do. But right now, go out and make money while the opportunity is there. Everybody have a great night. God bless. Take care, and I will see you next Wednesday.